What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Anita's Joint. Hashtag extended joint. All right, where every day is payday. Okay, so whoa. So Jenny was threatened before Cruz Azul match? What the hell? We got evidence? I didn't even know. I'm over here, prepping for tomorrow's match. The final first leg, and all of a sudden, comes because I saw the ESPN is gonna cover it, and then I saw another article where it said something about Jenny, and I don't know what else I got attracted to the article, and then I Google Translate, and then it's like, what the hell? So I'll just go ahead and blatantly show you what I saw because this is wicked. Like the hell? Nah, this is crazy. Like what y'all? This is what y'all doing right now. This is how y'all moving, niggas. Uh, uh, huh? Huh? This is crazy. Liga MX Femenino Jenni Hermoso reported death threats prior to the semifinal against Cruz Azul. The Tigres player shared the type of messages they sent her through her social media. So shout out to Anne. This was 2 days ago. So today is the 19th. Like I said, I had no idea. I had no idea. Y'all sending Jenny fucking threats to her socials? What she do to you, nigga? Like, what in the hell? And we have some news on Rubiales too, because we gonna we gonna just go down the rabbit hole and understand why Jenny is this archetype and what she has unraveled just being herself. But y'all out here trying to disturb, one of our players before a big match. And then the illusion, because Jenny talked about the picture of like the profile picture of the person, with family and everything, like what the hell. So anyways, these energies are out here disturbing our players when we all know this match is a big match. I mean, Cruz Azul was it was a one leg going into the second half, going into the second leg. I mean, it was level 1-1. Cruz Azul just beat Tuzas 5-0. So I mean, they had archetypes that could, and they did end. Like the last match Tigres played Cruz Azul, it was a draw. They had to come back from 2 goals down. So anything could have happened. So then, like I said, I guess it was good that I wasn't aware of that, because then we got to come back around energetically, because we now know they're in the final. But it just shows about I just didn't I just didn't think I didn't think this is what y'all was doing now. Like right now. Like I thought we was all on the same coordination. So how did this infiltrate? How did some op infiltrate? And then, like I said, it's weird that Rubiales is in the mix of it too, because this nigga just got humiliated at a book signing. So I'm just like, why in the hell? It's not a coincidence that he got humiliated, Jenny getting death threats. So it's like they bound together. Anything he happens to him, like she over here getting the energetic whiplash. All right, but anyways, we gonna let's read into it, huh? So this is like I said, November 17th, 2025. 7 years have passed since the first tournament of Liga MX Femenil, and one of the issues that still cause alarm is how exposed the players are. From the opening 2017, there has been no shortage of cases of harassment and virtual threats for female soccer players, the most recent being Jennifer Hermoso. The Spanish forward is usually in the spotlight due to her talent, but also due to her off-field situations, since her complaint against Luis Rubiales for the kiss he gave her at the celebration of course, Spain's national team for winning the 2023 Women's World Cup. Hermoso is usually one of the most attacked on social networks. So, y'all out here because she's the most visible, one of the most visible archetypes. When we think about some of the players, we know we see how the melanated players are, attacked. And well, Jenny's case against Rubiales, because he kissed her, nigga. He entangled himself with her, and like I said, like this nigga was just off his rocker, and he lost everything, obviously, because he could. And like I said, I guess he could have been a man and owned it, but he didn't. He was distorted. And like I said, he got humiliated like 5 days ago, I believe. Or like we gonna look into we'll look into it. But Cruz Azul, I don't even think honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with Cruz Azul. It was just the well, I don't know. Cruz Azul, y'all got some ops? I can't, but I think for me it was just I don't know, like for real, it's like, because it's so. I'm not saying it's so random, but it's just like, what the hell? Like we haven't really had any. I haven't really we have like this season. Well, we've been celebrating all this season, nigga. Jackie went to fucking NWSL. We had Barca come through. Like, nigga, we just been kind of partying all season. We had Tuza's first time winners, so it's like we've been chilling, and all of a sudden, like I'm like, it's so close to home. It's Jenny. It's like, what the fuck? Like, so, damn. I didn't expect all of this. Like, right, we're so close to the final, right? What the fuck? Got people making death threats. Are death threats serious? Yes, I think death threats are serious, right? Because especially when they're unprovoked, right? Right? Unprovoked. Um, no one no one deserves no one deserves to be sent that type of energy, right? Just for playing the game, just for minding your business. But let's continue with the article, right? So what happened to Jenny? After the 1-1 draw at University Olympico Stadium in the first opening leg against Cruz Azul, Hermoso shared a screenshot of the response she received on one of her Instagram stories. The story was only about Jenny in the car, but the user attacked her with insults and threats. Now, I'm not going to say all that, followed by the threat, and then not going to say all that. The Spanish forward shared the caption of the message and added the text with a reflection of what happened. In her comment, Hermoso highlighted that the user attacked her as a profile photo with a couple of children, which she finds worrying. So, like I said, so you got some energy coming through. Like I said, with children, it could be fake, it could be real. We don't know, but the children are there to make the energy like for Jenny to open. You know what I'm saying? For Jenny to open the story or whatever. For her to interact. You know what I mean? It's a dad that has a daughter, or like, or a son that are fans of Jenny. So it kind of puts her feelings, it disarms her feelings, her lot. You know what I'm saying? Because of the children, you don't think that people with profile pics of themselves and their children are sending you, death energy. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's not common. It's not like an everyday thing, unless you know somebody like that. I mean, that's crazy. But it just makes sense for her rhetoric to be like, yeah, that she finds that worrying if this person is around children for the, you know what I'm saying. It says, we continue for bingo. She wrote, interesting. It says, an expression usually used to celebrate something, such as winning as usual, but in this case, it was sarcastic. Let the faces of the following people who, with children in the photo, are capable of doing these things be seen well. Limited the player. Okay. Liga MX Femenino players at consistent risk. The case of Jennifer Hermoso is not the only one that has occurred in the women's circuit. One of the most notable cases was when, in 2023, a subject hacked the accounts of Scarlett Cameros to fake a relationship between the two. The situation was such that the player had to leave the country, although she returned a couple years later. We may have to actually go into that story to tell Scarlett's story. So this is the screenshot, I guess, of the story Jenny posted for the collective. right? um, and so of course I don't obviously speak Spanish or read in Spanish, not yet. We use Google Image Translator to get some more interesting words. Okay, so this is the Google Translate image, and this is what the person said to Jenny, and this is what Jenny screenshotted. Yeah, like, so this is, like I said, this, I know this says March 1932, and then I'm guessing this was the first incident, and then yesterday 2/2/20, got time stamped it all what this person sent. And like I said, Ruby easy. There's another video that actually goes a little, we got a video for that, I guess. There's another video where oh shit, that's what we're gonna go deep in. There's another video that's actually, let's watch it, because someone made a video and kind of enhanced the profile picture type shit. So we gonna see if we can oh shit. That scared me. This, you know what? I don't think this is it, but it could be. No, it's not it. All right, let's keep reading then. Several players from America later reported that the same subject harassed them, and after filing their complaint, the individual was arrested. However, they're not the only ones. We have Divina, Cagues, Greta Espinoza, Nale Vidrio, and Norma Palafox. So 1, 2, too many, right? Obviously, 1, 2, 3, 4. Add a couple more as you see some more lists. Jenny's on here, but nigga. Scarlett, add her to the list. They are all footballers who at the time received threatening, harassing, and obscene messages on social networks. While in August 2022, the goalkeeper Renata shared a screenshot of a message in which she was threatened with death. Likewise, the year the referee Katina Gonzalez Garcia, I guess she reported threats against her, threats against herself, against her, despite which neither the Liga MX nor Liga MX Femenino have presented more precise protocols to ensure everyone's safety. Okay, I'm like, what? All right. So Jenny out here receiving threats prior to Cruz Azul. Wicked. And that story about Scarlett and someone hacking her account, that's wicked. I definitely have to look into that. But does it really have to do with Rubiales? Like, cause this nigga was at a bookstore. I mean, this nigga was getting. Let me see. This nigga got egged at the bookstore. Okay. All right. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Where's Rubiales? Here he is. This nigga. So Jenny getting death threats, and this nigga get egged. Rubiales, Luis Rubiales has eggs thrown by him by his uncle during book event in Madrid. Now, I'm not too sure what that means by his uncle type shit, but we have to go down this rabbit hole of this distorted masculine in Rubiales and how he's catching L's outside of football. Like the fact no one, hey, look, he thought, think about it. He thought everybody in the room was interested in reading his book, but the ops was in there. Shout out to the masculine that was in there. That was actually the op. And he out here he brought, I think I counted, what, 3 or 4 eggs? Did y'all count how many eggs he got thrown at? He could have had better aim, but I mean, I think he did get him. And then you see Rubiales trying to come off the stage like he was gonna do something. Nigga, look at your ass getting egg, nigga. This is wicked. So, okay, this is a good one.
No se preocupen, no pasa nada.
It says Rubiales, in February, Rubiales was found guilty on sexual assault for kissing player Jenni Hermoso without her consent after Spain's 2023 World Cup victory. Right, so this nigga getting egged. And we're in 2025. So niggas still remember, nigga, you ain't I guess he trying to come outside 2 years later. He's like, can I come outside? Nah, nigga, you get your ass egged. You better stay inside, nigga. That's why he been writing books. Nigga, stay your ass inside, nigga. He can't walk the streets. His ass getting egged. Type ass nigga. So that's what happens, distorted masculine. You know what I'm saying? When you just you try to weaponize the feminine, nigga, you out here getting egged at your book signing. All right. Anyways, let's go a little deeper though when it comes to Jenni and her archetype. So what happened? Some more information on this, the Cruz Azul before and like I said, when we watched Copa America 71, right? Remember how they said they said in the movie, right? This is why it's like, was this really a documentary? They said that 2 people, football players, came and told them how much money that the corporations were making, how much they were making off the World Cup that they were participating in. And remind you, the World Cup for the women was just quote unquote, what they said was just like they wanted to capitalize off of momentum. It was just a business opportunity. They just had the men's World Cup with Brazil and Pele, and then it was like we have y'all. They had women's national teams in the 70s, so it's like it's not like they didn't have them before. They had to have enough teams before, and so that's why Mexico hosted Copa 71 for the women, right? They had 2. They said they had in the movie. And that's why I was like, man, in the movie they said 2 players came to talk about how much money they made, right? And that's like hidden ops, like hidden people that are trying to manipulate the timeline. You know what I mean? Like to take away from what the women's intentions was when it came to just playing in the tournament of the Copa 71, right? And I do believe because Mexico, a lot about Mexico's land is very sacred. The fact, and also the fact that they have a woman president right now. It's a land that Mexico is a very what we found was like root chakra energy, more feminine energy, archetype wise. um naturally. You know what I'm saying? We live on, Mother Gaia, and by default, Earth is more feminine and by essence. So it makes sense why some geographical locations, territory wise, will be more leaning towards the feminine aspect, uh, due to nature. I mean, so all right, more on Jenny. Right. But we're gonna talk more about the non-consensual kiss after the 2023 World Cup. Because like I said, Jenny's visibility, and like I said, you think about it, it's like, damn, if Rubiales never, um I would say, let himself go, like, nigga, we nigga, he would probably been doing the same thing he's been doing up until now. You know what I'm saying? But her archetype brought that out of him in the highest stage of them all, which is crazy. At the World Cup, nigga couldn't control himself. Jenny was like, nigga, we won the World Cup, and nigga's like, oh my god, nigga, what? Like, make that make sense. And it's the president of your federation, nigga, and that's the trippy part. Hold on, and that's the trippy part of this, because it's not just any person that kissed her. It was like the head of the snake. All right, cool. All right. Once again, what happened? Threats disclosed. Hermoso publicly denounced via social media that she received death threats ahead of the semifinal match in Liga MX Femenino. She said that the threats were serious and the timing was just before a major game, the idea leg of the semis. The threats came from on social media where someone had direct message or similar with language that implied violence or death. She made mention of the profile of the aggressor, children, and photo, etc. This is a part of a larger pattern of digital harassment/violence that players in the league and elsewhere are facing. Why it matters? It shows how even top-level athletes are vulnerable to online threats and harassments, especially in women's sports where protection often lags. Because Hermoso is a high-profile figure, her speaking out raises visibility on the issue. It intersects with her other experiences and institutional issues. Example, like her being involved with the wider controversy around Luis Rubiales and non-consensual kiss after the 2023 Women's World Cup. Oh yeah, okay, hold on. All right. How Jenni Hermoso archetypes exposed the distorted masculine. So let's just go to the video, nigga. Huh? Let's just go to the video. I have multiple angles of the videos. So Jenny out here just existing, help Spain and them win the World Cup. Fuck around, find out. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling, being gangster. Let's see, what video was it? God damn it. Hold on now. Maybe this is it. Nope. All right, hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. we gonna start from the beginning, nigga. We gonna start how Jenny just did this. How Jenny do this? She was just chilling, and we don't know what was going on behind the scenes in their realm. You know what I'm saying? But we just know, look, Spain were in the World Cup, and they ended up winning the World Cup. Who did Spain win against? Do y'all remember? Huh? All right, I think this is when we got in there. All right, hold on. Sorry. Is it this one? Is it this? Nope. Damn, hold on. Come on. Nope. I mean, that's one of them. That's a more HD video. Okay, yeah, this is what. Okay, bet. All right, you got it, guys. All right. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay. So this is a bigger angle. Listen, shout out to Jenny. So this is Spain, right? This is Spain getting their trophies, okay? Now, nigga, it's the her picking him up or him making her pick him up. Like, nigga, what are you doing? Nigga, get off her. Like, nigga, what? And who was right before? Who's number 20? Y'all know? But I don't know. But this nigga over here all up on Jenny. Like, nigga, calm down. Nigga, Cabin. Talk about it's consensual, nigga. What? Now, we have the video of the aftermath. We have a video of, apparently, there was a video of the bus of them talking about it after it. Okay? ¿Qué es eso, tía? Okay, so this was recorded inside the bus aftermath. Like, it's not long, but this is what surfaced because, you know, the court case and everything. But this is the video that surfaced. This is the video we was given to the public. Now, this is what I found. Just as me briefly going down the rabbit hole. But this was reactions.
¿Y qué dice Sara?
Oh, damn, my bad. I didn't want to blow. Sorry, that was loud.
Segundo punto. Madre mía. Diga la historia. Cuando acabe emocionada. Y aquí sabes que te vas a hacer al siguiente. La Moncloa. Wow. Campeón, Nas.
And I swear this is when Rubiales is walking onto the bus because we're about to see him in a minute. But I've watched this video multiple times to try to just read the energy of it, obviously, in favor of the ladies, obviously. But after now, I'm sorry, I stopped it. I should have let it play through. I apologize.
Con la Jenni que sale un pico. Presi.
Ay.
All right, so you see that nigga get on. They talking about kiss. He got closer, Prezi. And he's like, Nigga, I had to figure out what he said. They said Google Translate said he said, "Hey, stop it. I'm embarrassed." But in the video, we'll watch it again multiple times. We'll break it down. Jenny's like talks about how enthusiastic he was. And then he grabbed my face like this. And as you can see, he was crazy. He was all over Jenny. Damn, he put himself on her, and she ended up lifting that nigga. Kept talking just like distortion, like nigga all up on her. Nigga like what? And nigga couldn't control himself. And she over there like, and then there was a Erica and Sarah comparison. And so I'll have to figure out who Erica and Sarah were, because this will give you more context. Was this kiss consensual between Erica and Sarah? And apparently these two people were in a relationship. So the fact that someone was giving context, we're going to go deeper to what AI happens to reflect, because I was breaking it down. I was like, nigga, so this is such was said. They're like, because this is what we're having to understand, how the players were reacting to this type of distortion. They had their head federation president kiss one of their players when they're receiving one of their gold medals. And the rhetoric, first of all, just the rhetoric behind that is like, damn, the president literally kissed you. Like, is that normal? Has this ever happened before? Like, first of all, like, how many times do people kiss on the podium? Like when they receive their gold medal, usually they kiss in the trophies. But how many times are the players actually kissing the people that are giving them the medals? And then how many of them happen to be the president of the federation, who happens to be a man? You know what I'm saying? Huh? But see, when he went into the comment sections of these people's reactions, because we're going to go into some reactions, because you have to understand the rhetoric and the mentalities of some of these. This is a distorted masculine thought form, obviously. It's distortion because it's artificial. And it was proven in the court by his dismissal, by his, punishment. And then 2 years down the line here, he's getting egged at a book report. So the energetic disowning is still being held. You can't, like, I didn't tell whoever egged Rubiales to go egg the nigga. Huh? Someone woke up that morning and God was like, hey nigga, I need you to pull up on Rubiales and go egg that nigga. Huh? So look. Look. Why are women being threatened before big games? Like why is it? Because remember things about like they taught us that the world wasn't spiritual, but then they weaponize and they do everything to dismantle us from the realm that we are most powerful in, the realm that we all have access to. They tell us doesn't exist, and then at the same time use the same thing they tell us don't exist to hurt us, right? So it's really fucked up. But when you start to see the manipulation and the underhanded framework, you're like, oh wow, it's really fucked up. But then you get to understand that you have the ultimate power over that. But anyways, why are women being threatened before big games? Because remember, we're dealing with energetic. These women represent certain energies, embodiment. You know what I'm saying? And especially women's sport, because they're playing as a unit. It's not just one player. It's not just Jenny. It's multiple players. Jenny needs to combine with multiple players. Mayor, Catlana, Maria, everyone. You know what I'm saying? All in. So when we got one of our girls being threatened, nigga, what the fuck you think that do to the team, nigga? Huh? Like, what if we lost Jenny? See, this is where people don't take it serious. You know what I'm saying? I think this is where people don't take it serious. When people make threats like this, we gotta take this serious. What if we lost Jenny, nigga? What were we gonna do? What if someone took Jenny out during the Rubiales trial? Huh? Niggas, don't act like this shit don't happen. Niggas kill witnesses. It is what it is. But since it's like, no, this wouldn't happen. That's fairy tale. Okay. See, and this is where you think they don't do. You think this is where you think this is not how they get down, but this is how they get down. They will off someone no problem. I see, but in women's football, it's more politically. It's more. Listen, we've had players being slept with in NWSL. We have players being violated, by their presidents. This is through the realm of football. These are what we're seeing through the realm of football. We don't like. When have we ever seen that happen in men's sport? When has there been a man that he grabbed me by the balls and I didn't like that type shit ass nigga? Huh? We ain't never seen that shit in the men's realm. When it comes to sport, I think men get threatened by other men. I don't think women are in men's DMs. I'm gonna shoot you and your whole family. Hey, it could happen. I know some tarot readers that have been threatened by, feminine energy for sure. Okay, but in the realm of sport, it's very rare. Niggas are getting robbed. I guess people can get robbed. You got a lot of money, bling bling. They rob you for your stuff. Okay. Anyways, but the feminine being harassed, and when it's continuous, like I said. But why? Like I said, but the timing is also important. Like I said, the timing. This is literally right before the second leg of the Cruz Azul match. So that's another thing. It's like this ain't just a regular. It's not like a regular season game. Why are these niggas pulling up now? Like, why is the energy starting to disrupt now? Like I said, we were parlaying, bro. Like, what the fuck? We've been parlaying. Like, ain't nothing. We've been parlaying, bro. We haven't had any issues. Like, we haven't had any. Like, it feels like we haven't had any issues. Like I said, we've been partying. Like, the whole league, we've been prospering. Now we got people making threats, nigga. Right before the biggest final to do, Club America versus Tigres is a very, very big final, nigga. Like, energetic wise, because it's unpredictable who's gonna win. We don't know, nigga. We don't know. Do you truly know who's gonna win this match? On paper, nigga, it's anybody's. Because everyone wants it. It's 2 legs. Everyone wants it. So it's just like, damn. Now we got one of our players. I'm not saying nobody's getting threatened in Club America, but the fact that our player, one of our key players, Jenni, is sending us screenshots in her stories of somebody talking about so you call her a what? And then you tell her you wish death upon her. Like, just unprovoked. Like, who? Hey, man. All right. Listen, why are women being threatened before big games? Because every time the divine feminine steps into a spotlight that historically revered for the that has been historically reserved for the distorted masculine, the system destabilizes, and destabilization always comes with pushback. Women's football is now pulling massive audience, producing icons that the system cannot control, shift energetic influence, become a global narrative center. And anytime women start holding collective energy, the shadow tries to interrupt the frequency. You're not just seeing sports drama. You're seeing energetic warfare plus patriarchal backlash plus archetypal triggerings. And like I said, we talking about Jenni, right? Jenni is a very, very creative archetype, right? Now, like I said, I'm not from Spain, so I didn't know her when she played in Spain. Okay, I didn't follow her career. This Jenni from Hermoso right here, is the first time I've ever seen her play really consistently with Tigres. And how old is she now? So she's kind of damn near mastered her. I'm seeing Jenni at her master level, where she damn near mastered her archetype on the pitch, right? So I'm not looking at her from that other aspect. So looking at and that's just my observation, because that's when I met Jenni, when she came to figure out, when we get to see her more domestically. That's anyways. But the Rubiales incident, her being with Barcelona for so long, and what she was able to trigger out of a certain masculine in a certain position. If you think about the triggering, you think about Jenni's embodiment and what she did. She literally got the head of the boss to ultimately crash out on himself, right? She got him so vulnerable. He stepped over the boundary in the biggest level. She disarmed, like I said, you know how like they said the patriarchy is going to eat itself. Pretty much him doing that, him crossing her boundary and for the world, ended up being his demise. And this is something that they do, but not in the public. But since he did it in the public, this ultimately brought him down, brought infrastructures down that were being built, that they had already built in Mexico through his leadership, right? But Jenni's archetype got that nigga gone loco, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what they were doing, what was going on behind the scenes. This is just what we saw in public, nigga. This nigga literally over here leaning on her, grabbing on her type shit. You know what I'm saying, nigga? This is what we just saw publicly, okay? And this was post game of the World Cup and them just getting their trophies, right? Okay? So Jenni, she's a symbol. Jenni isn't just a player, she's a symbol. She embodies the visible feminine, the joyful feminine, a soft power feminine, and the feminine who refuses to be erased. So when Spain won the World Cup, her body became the stage of conflict between the old world, Rubiales, and the emerging world, women athletes, global visibility, empowerment. Rubiales kissing her wasn't just a kiss, it was ownership of the symbol, ownership symbolism, patriarchal imprint, a last-ditch energetic attempt to contain her visibility. And the fact that the world turned on him and not her, that was a frequency shift. That's why it shook the system. That's why she keeps getting attacked. She is a archetypal disruptor. All right, hold on. All right. So we all know this is just a reaction of the system, nigga. Like Jenni just being Jenni made the masculine react in a distorted way because he stepped over her boundary with a non-consensual thing. You must uphold yourself, masculine. You must be asked for consent. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, a lot of these people in these positions in the old world, the old framework, the old masculine way, the old distorted way, they're not they weren't used to it. So let's go a little bit into once again, nigga, let's just I should have found that video again. Let's see what this one is.
Pues sentí que
So we got a lot of when this was going on trial, there was a lot of clips of Jenni and and Rubiales talking about this. So remember, they said Jenni's body became a symbol of the old one and the new because it was Spain's first ever World Cup. And it, it was the kiss. No one needed to be kissed, not even alone they're being kissed by their president. You know what I'm saying? And in front of the whole world, like just because the people that were on the podium weren't looking at you like immediately, like they weren't looking at you, the whole world was watching the World Cup though, and they were like, nah, kissing the player on the stage, bro, is just it's not no. So let's a little bit from Jenni. It says Spanish national soccer player Jenni Hermoso testifies that she did not agree to kiss Luis Rubiales.
estaba fuera de contexto totalmente. Y ahí sabía que me estaba besando mi jefe y esto no ocurre o no debe de ocurrir en ningún ámbito social ni laboral. Me sentí poco respetada. Creo que fue un momento que mancharon de uno de los días más felices de mi vida.
Yes, so this is they won the World Cup and this nigga kissed her and he tainted her memory of that because that's what's always going to be embedded. And Jenni unfortunately had to be that archetype to expose the distortion in that level because like I said, that kiss dismantled him, fired the other coach. Shit became crumbling. And like I said, this is another reason why Spain were not able to win this last tournament because they just can't allow them to not only play the way that they play, but just be so visible about it. Because like I said, like we as a collective tune into that, and with that, we're stronger in numbers. We're seeing our favorite players play well. We want them to play well. It helps everyone energetically because they're a grid system, and when their supporters tap in, it heals the divine feminine. And so it just is what it is. And like I said, the old world, the old system, when we have teams like England that operate on hierarchy, certain image. Like I said, England had so many scandals during the not let's say scandals, but they had a lot of energetic interference in their camp. They had their players being targeted due to racism. Overall in general, they had the tokens. We had and even when they played, they weren't like the England team that won the championship in England. They weren't as gelled together as they were. Like this England team was, and like I think when you think about all the matches after they won the tournaments, it wasn't never the same because they had already quote unquote won. But like I said, with Spain, they win because they play the game. And like I said, we had to see Spain be suppressed so much during the tournament after they smashed everyone in the group stage, and then they had to play like this team was at level opposition to us. They had to dumb themselves down because of the warfare, because they can't allow Spain or that divine feminine expression in not yet in Spain, but through their football, it's pretty much, she's like, I'm gonna have to express myself the way I want, and players like Jenni are archetypes, are catalysts of that revulsion of the old world. Like, why do we have to dim ourselves down just to appease you? You know what I'm saying? So this is why some leader archetypes like Jenni, she gets attacked in certain ways because that expression of her femininity, it not only brings down presidents, but it, you know what I'm saying, is it too powerful, nigga? Like, is it too powerful? But nigga, if you controlled yourself, it wouldn't have that control over you. You know what I'm saying? But Jenni out here making niggas lose a position. The highest position, nigga, was the fucking FIFA. He was the president of the fucking of the federation, nigga. Got that nigga. He said, I'm not resigning, nigga. But the nigga, you ain't there no more, nigga, are you? Nigga, she had that nigga down. She won. Jenni won, obviously. But remember, still, her peace was harmed. Her peace was harmed. She won that, but the peace, this is the thing people forget. Like, yeah, she won the case, but the peace, nigga, you can't replace that shit. It's the shit that you're like, damn, nigga, like, what the fuck? That's on my timeline, nigga. The fuck around here, nigga. This fuckery. The fuckery. See, this is what some people just don't understand. Sometimes you look in some people's shoes like, damn, that shit should have never happened at the World Cup. Yeah, you're like, what the fuck? Everyone talked about it. I luckily didn't watch the World Cup because of the time frame, but that's what the whole world were talking about. Was the kiss. They stole the whole timeline after the match. Crazy. because they could not allow that Spain divine feminine expression to have such magnitude in their realm. And that's the disrespect of and that's the distorted masculine narrative image packaging that they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did not want the feminine in Spain to rise through the realm of Spain women winning the World Cup. They were like, we have to distort that so much with the kiss. That's why I was like, if it was a planned kiss or not, ultimately he still lost his job. Ultimately, Jenni still won, but the piece that she ultimately had to go through, the humiliation of a trial for both parties, but mainly for Jenni. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, what did the nigga really do? He didn't do no jail time. Like I said, Jenni's situation is unique. Jenni's situation is unique in football history, and you said it correct. No woman has ever been kissed on no woman has ever been kissed on the podium worldwide, has ever sparked a global political fallout, has ever had FIFA suspend a federation president, has ever carried an entire country into cultural reckoning, has ever become a symbol of feminine sovereignty at this scale. Jenni is the catalyst archetype, the one who exposes the shadow unintentionally, and that's what makes her a target. Like I said, Jenni, you wouldn't even know that nigga. Like I said, she had Rubiales out here on her knee. Out here, nigga, you all over Jenni, nigga. Nigga, get off Jenni, nigga. Goddamn. He all over Jenni, nigga. And oh my god. Jenni's like, nigga, I'm just being me. Jenni's like, I'm just being me. And he all over her. Wicked. Jenni just too expressive. She unintentionally, Jenni got these niggas triggered. Hold on. Let's see something. Let's look at this one. Oh goodness. Hey.
In the last hour that the High Court has found former Football Federation chief Luis Rubiales guilty of kissing a player without her consent after the Women's World Cup final. He's been fined more than $10,000 but acquitted of coercion. Mr. Rubiales told a court last week that Jenni Hermoso had given him permission to kiss her during what he described as a spontaneous moment at the 2023 World Cup. With me is our reporter Sergi Forcada. And you were in Madrid at the time this all blew up. So you've been looking up the comments from the judge in the court. What has he said?
Yeah, very long sentencing, so still reading through it. But basically what he says is that he gives full credibility to what Jennifer Hermoso said in court last week or a couple of weeks ago in Madrid. He says, the judge says, that kissing on the lips is not something that you do with a regular player, with someone that you don't have a close relationship with, and he sees a clear sexual connotation in the case of Mr. Rubiales kissing Jennifer Hermoso.
Has there been reaction from the government to this?
Yeah, plenty of reaction in Madrid and across Spain, because obviously this was highly followed in August 2023 and even the trial last week. The Equality Minister from the Spanish government has said that this sentencing proves that without consent, we're talking about a sexual aggression. So she kind of welcomes this sentencing to prove that in this case there wasn't consent, which is obviously what Jennifer Hermoso has always maintained. On the other hand, obviously, Luis Rubiales had always said that he asked Jennifer Hermoso something that, according to the judge, was not able to be proved during the trial.
He was acquitted of coercion.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that and what had gone on.
Nigga, you couldn't prove it, nigga. He tried to say Jenni consented. Jenni consented. Nigga, we should have been able to see you ask her something. Like, hey, can I kiss you? And then her say yes. But nigga, you had her head like this, nigga, where she couldn't really move, nigga.
on before the trial?
Yeah, so there were basically two charges here. One was whether he was guilty of sexual aggression for the kiss, but also coercion, because here it's not only about that moment, but what happened after, the fallout after the kiss. So Jenni Hermoso said that she had been pressured, that at some point she was asked to make a video statement with Mr. Rubiales. The judge here doesn't seem that to agree with the whole debate about whether there was coercion or not. Both.
You know, he was like, Jenni, let's just make a video, squash it. And Jenni was like, but I didn't consent to the kiss. And he's like, Jenni, no, I didn't consent to the kiss, nigga. And like I said, we don't know the context of the relationship, but nigga, she didn't consent, nigga. And she said, no, I ain't consent, nigga. Get the fuck around here, nigga. Anyways, you know they tried everything with Jenni. She said no. You know they tried everything with her. You know they did, nigga. You know they did.
Mr. Rubiales and other people that were also being trialed for this have been acquitted for this because the judge was saying that while he didn't ask for consent, he didn't see any violence or anything that would reach the bar of coercion.
What about the reaction to the sentence? A €10,000 fine, but he's been spared jail. Is that? Did the Spanish public think that is an adequate sentence?
Well, here obviously
like I said, what do you want? Like 10,000? He got fined some money, and probably you can't come near Jenni ever, nigga. Don't even try. You weak ass nigga. Oh, weak ass nigga. He couldn't control himself, nigga. Like Jenni didn't ask that nigga to kiss him. And if she said, yes, I consented to the kiss right then and there, well then, yeah, cool. But no, nigga, she ain't tell you to kiss her, nigga, at the podium, on the podium, getting the gold medal, nigga. Like, this crazy. Nigga out here, he didn't lost himself, nigga, lost himself. Up in Jenni.
Depends on who you ask. We haven't heard from the lawyers for Mr. Rubiales yet, but obviously for him, he's being sentenced for sexual assault, but he's not going to jail. Remember that the public prosecutor was asking for up to 2 years and a half of jail. So in a way, you know, he's not going there, so it can be a bittersweet victory. But in any case, this can be appealed now, so it can go to a higher court. So maybe it's probably not the end of the story.
Just quickly, any reaction from Jenni Hermoso?
Not by
yet.
now, not
Okay.
her or either any of the other players from the Spanish team.
We'll bring you that as and when we get it. I'm no doubt she will comment at some point today. Sergi, thank you very much.
Hold on. That's wicked. Okay, this is a good one. Okay, so we talk about yeah, this is a good one. So you know how we talk about what archetypes the melanated players go through, what type of patterns of energetic warfare they'll go to, and then we're gonna compare it to what Jenni went through and technically is going through, because as of probably November 16th, she had received death threats, right? And think about it, in the women's realm right now, ain't no player right now in our collective has come out talking about they've received death threats currently. We had Jess Carter come out with the racism, and like I said, I haven't really, You know, we talked about how Olivia Smith and Michelle got hurt during the international break, for Canada and for England, you know, and then you had Ocean Walla, you know, talking a lot of stuff on Twitter about Alberto. Now she got sent to Saudi Arabia. So, you know, you had the Barbara Banda. You know, these are some of the incidents we've been talking about, some of the melanated players, right? But when it comes to Jenni, we haven't really got to talk about what some energetic things that they go through. In Jenni's case with Rubiales, has to be one of the case study, energetic, and what went down, and so you can compare the energetic templates and how the system reacts. And this is the distorted masculine, right? Because it's all artificial. It shouldn't really happen. Like, we're like, what the hell are we doing right now? All right, it says intersection of archetypes and oppression. So melanated players, they often carry the weight of racialized oppression in additional to the usual athlete pressure. They deal with microaggressions, biased treatment, and overt racism, both on and off the field. Their bodies are policed differently. Their success is often minimized or exotized. Hypervisibility archetypes like Jenni, they face sexualized attention, objectification, and sometimes direct violation, like the Rubiales kiss. Their vulnerability provokes patriarchal backlash because they embody feminine power and autonomy. The common thread, women's bodies become battlegrounds for social control, whether through race, gender, or fame. Uh, energetic plus systematic backlash. When a woman steps into a powerful, visible archetype, she disrupts old hierarchies. Men or institutions, like federations, often respond with control, harassment, or threats, not just to punish the individual, but to reinforce patriarchal order. For melanated players, the threat is often erasure, discrimination, or racialized attacks. For archetypes like Jenni, the threat manifests as sexualized aggression, invasive behavior, and public violations. This is why you see threats before big games like with Jenni in Liga MX Femenino, or sexualized violations like the World Cup incident. So this is, like I said, these are some incidents the distorted masculine is reacting to when players are just playing. Just Jenni's just being herself, playing football. Her expression, how she plays, it triggers this. It says she's invisible in the because of her archetype. This is how the system reacts. It's like so distorted. The double standard is deliberate. Male players are rarely subjected to this type of personal harassment. Female athletes are hyper visible, hyper criticized, and hyper policed. The pattern shows visibility plus power equal target. The more they shine and embody archetypal feminine energy, the more dangerous they are perceived by distorted masculine structures. And here's the thing about with like the fact that, like I said, it's the fact that Rubiales got eggs thrown at, it's the fact that he got his ass eggs thrown at him, and Jenni released that she was threatened before Cruz Azul. Because when was the Cruz Azul match? And when was this nigga's fucking book? I just don't like that this is like so recent. Like, this is too close. This is just too close. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they playing with each other. Like, Rubiales had his humiliation. Let's go attack Jenni. And that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody, it could have been any random person, but just to attack Jenni out of nowhere. And Rubiales, what somebody thought that he did was bad, aka kissing someone without consent. And then maybe they didn't like his book, and so they egged the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Rubiales, that nigga crazy. All right, let's watch this. Let's watch this video.
fuera de contexto totalmente, y ahí sabía que me estaba besando mi jefe y esto no ocurre.
And you know, the rhetoric is, I knew that my boss was kissing me. Nigga, have you ever had your boss kiss you, nigga? And how would you feel, nigga? La Prezi, they never call him Prezi on the bus. What's what? Hey, listen, nigga. Look, bro. Wicked work. Hold on, Jenny. Let Jenny talk.
O no debe de ocurrir en ningún ámbito social ni laboral. Me sentí poco respetada. Creo que fue un momento que mancharon de uno de los días más felices de mi vida, y para mí es muy importante decir que en ningún momento busqué ese acto y ni mucho menos me lo esperé, porque a mi persona creo que se le faltó respeto.
Like I said, he could have asked her for consent, obviously, and then we wouldn't be here. But he didn't, so obviously we're here. And you know they had to humiliate her along the way, because it's like, nigga, how dare you say that's not consensual? And like I said, she was like, no, it wasn't. And the whole world agreed with her, obviously, right? But at her peace, right? Because she's getting death threats, right? Cruz Azul. So it's like, you know, at what cost? At what cost? Archetype wise, you know, it's wicked work, bro. Oh fuck! This is how Yahoo Sports was narrating this bitch. Rubiales sends FIFA a new video of Jenny laughing over kiss on team bus. And like I said, Jenny was laughing because she was, like I said, she was in shock. She couldn't believe it. Nigga, what do you want her to do? She's like a joyful person. And the president kissed you. You're like, Jenny? But it said, this is Rubiales says, Luis Rubiales has sent a video to FIFA appearing to show Jenni Hermoso laughing over the infamous kiss. His infamous kiss, as the Spanish Football Federation president continues to desperately cling to power. Rubiales was suspended from all football-related activities for 90 days while FIFA investigated the incident, in which he grabbed Spain's forward Jenni Hermoso and kissed her lips during the World Cup final presentation in Sydney. He was also seen handling other players and kissing them on the cheek in the aftermath of the 1-0 victory over England. And footage also showed him grabbing his crotch in an aggressive celebration. Rubiales has received widespread condemnation from across sport and politics, including the Prime Minister of Spain, Pedro Sánchez. Damn, y'all got another Pedro in Spain leading. So y'all Prime Minister is Pedro. And let's talk about how Mexico like we have timelines overlapping right now, so this is very interesting. So we have a masculine in Spain named Pedro Sanchez, also Pedro that's the manager for our team Tigres, and also the manager Pedro for Mexico's national team. So we need to see how all these Pedros move, because in essence, they say one is the distorted and one is the artificial, one is the real and one is not. And may look, it's just the Pedros is crazy, bro. Is y'all gotta give y'all kids another name besides Pedro. Wicked. Pedro Sanchez, but has long it says Rubiales has received widespread commendation from across sport and politics, including from the Prime Minister of Spain's Pedro Sanchez. But he has denied wrongdoing, insisting the kiss was consensual, and refusing to resign in a dramatic press conference. His mother has gone on hunger strikes to protest the witch hunt and is currently being treated in hospital. Yeah, they try to use his mama, like we were gonna feel bad for his mama. Mama, listen, nigga. Mama, he couldn't control himself when he saw Jenny, bro. He was probably how he always is, but just on another level. The Spanish FA initially tried to point and steal photos and insinuating Hermoso had lifted Rubiales off the ground in celebration and thus initiated the kiss. Now, the footage has emerged of the player laughing with teammates on the bus after the final while holding up a meme of her phone, which poked fun of the incident. The meme compared the Rubiales incident alongside the photo of former Spanish goal. Oh, bet. This is where we get some more insight. See, I haven't really read the whole article. I haven't read some of these. The meme compared the Rubiales incident along a photo of former Spanish men's goalkeeper, Edke Cabezas, kissing reporter and then girlfriend Sarah. In the video, Hermoso can be seen smiling as she shows the image for. Okay. So, this is something interesting. So we have the man player kissing the reporter. So did Spain men win the World Cup during that time? But she's a reporter. So she's still doing her profession, but that's his girlfriend. So he ends up being in boyfriend mode and kisses girlfriend, right? But she's in work mode, right? Nigga, did you ask if you could kiss her on live television, nigga? Okay, now, so we got the aftermath. So it was a widely appreciated. The relationship, are they still together? So they got 2 children. Are they still together? Right now, current day time. But you see, this is would you say this was, see, because the masculine always gets the benefit of the doubt, but he's in the wrong in this incident. Nigga couldn't control himself either. Over here kissing his girlfriend on live television. Nigga, y'all just want something. Nigga, you over here kissing your lover. Like you could have done that. How come she wasn't like pitch side, nigga? Why was she working, nigga? Why was she interviewing you, nigga? The fuck around here, nigga. Oh, he got his girl interviewing him. He's conceited. He's got his girl interviewing him when she's supposed to be posted up pitch side, and he's supposed to greet her after. Not like this, nigga. See. Anyways, look, and so then we get Jenny getting violated, right? So this is the story behind the story, right? So this is what they compare the story to. So this is what they compare the story to, but it's narrated differently, right? But they're lovers already. They're already lovers, but still, she's working, he's working, and they just go off script. Oh, well, I'm sorry, he goes off script and kisses her. She didn't. Did she say yes? Kiss me, nigga. They got married. She loved the nigga. As of right here, but it's the same type of energy. But he gets praised for it because they got married and they got 2 babies. And Jenny over here, then again, he's like, who knows? Maybe she can't leave this nigga. Anyway, I'm not saying maybe they love each other. Maybe they truly love each other. But this is who they compare him to, right? So this is who. We're not gonna watch the video because we don't need another video. We don't really need to watch the video. You can just see. Just he clearly didn't ask to kiss his girlfriend on live television because she's the reporter. Even though he could have, he was distorted. He thought he could do whatever he want. No one's gonna tell me I can't kiss my girlfriend. Okay. Not even your wife, nigga. It was your girlfriend, nigga. That was his wife. She didn't have 2 kids for that nigga yet. Yep, but that's okay, see? And so that's how the ladies compared the two, right? And so it was like, now we know more context. But it's just like, all right, let's go watch the video. Okay. Let me find it again. Is this it?
No se preocupe.
Oh, damn. Rubiales looked mad as fuck already. He looked mad. He looked like a mad person. He mad. He like, fuck.
No se preocupe.
Oh,
no.
damn. Sorry, Ruby. Oh, let's watch him again. He was crazy. All over Jenny. This was a good angle. Or it's one a good angle. Like, nigga, why you all on her like that? He was so celebrating. And then she's like, all right, nigga, we had enough. She's like, all right, nigga, after all that, nigga, we had enough, nigga. And he still was like, Jenny. And this lady, when this lady doesn't have a plate, look, she over here looking at this nigga like, what the fuck? That's when you know it's time to wrap it up. God damn it. Time to wrap it up. This nigga crazy. Alright. Oh, bet. Man, this shit said it the whole time. So I love how they just cut to the part where Jenny's blatantly laughing, but this is where it starts. So there's a meme of them, of the kiss being compared to them, right? Of it being so unexpected, but he was her girl. They were dating. They were publicly dating. His reporter TV girlfriend. Jenny is not Rubiales' Spanish player's girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So let's start there. It is boss employee, because he's the president and she plays for Spain. Boss, not TV girlfriend reporter. There's no relation between the TV reporter girlfriend and the football player. There's no like real relation. So the meme, because of the kiss, that's the similarity. The kiss is the similarity, but also on public, a similarity. Also on, looks like Spain have a World Cup medal around them. Public. So they've been doing this type of ritual before to see how the collective responded when it comes to pretty much the feminine being violated, because it wasn't Jenny kissing Rubiales. It wasn't the reporter TV girlfriend kissing oh boy. It was the masculine always crossing the line. And so there's the distortion. And so it's not normal when you start to see it being a pattern. Therefore, it's starting to be kind of artificial. So why would they do this to Jenny? Because she's just, like I said, she's a special archetype. Oh shit. Nigga couldn't control himself. Okay, you see there's a clear bottle in Jenny's hand. She literally lit right now. She got some type of alcohol violence, so we don't know what her level of conscious awareness is currently, right? So they try to use this in a court of law. They try to use this. They try to use this video on a court of law. I got Jenny with a bottle. Yes, court. Yes, she was laughing. Nigga, she got a whole bottle in her hand. She lit right now. Nigga, they just won. Okay, so she said, "Oh my goodness." And then someone says, "Viva la Victoria," huh? Like, yeah, way to win, right? And it's because she's like, "Fuck." Like, it's like, these are the red. You're like, "Damn, way to win, right?" And she's like, "Man, this is some crazy shit." Oh. Trying to see if we all good in the neighborhood. See. All right. All right, so she said something about enthusiastic. He's all enthusiastic, right? Because that's when she goes in. He's all he gets all and he. I'm guessing that's when she's talking about. He's like he pretty much puts himself on her enthusiastically, right? Then he goes and hugs me like this. So whoever she's facing, she's telling them what happened. Who's recording? Who's recording? We ever get who's recording the video? Got everyone listening to Jenny explain what happening. And then it's like, damn, and then what happened? Where's the rest of the video, nigga? Is this gone up and vanished? It just gone up and vanished. The rest of the video, and I guess she goes on to explain. They're showing her the picture. She over here lit. She got a bottle. She just smiling. She's like, I can't believe the president kissed me, nigga. Nigga, I can't believe it. He did everything to try to like. Nah, but they was like, gotcha, bitch. Oh my god. Okay, this is another sequence. So it's getting darker, right? I guess the bus is moving. And they're saying piezo. Piezo means kiss, kiss. So I'm guessing they spotted Rubiales because they're looking up. And I guess to the front. And you see it says Jenny. How we know it's Jenny? Do you see Jenny in the video that's saying kiss, kiss, kiss? Could have been anybody, right? I'm just saying. Since we technically don't see Jenny talking, we can. How is Rubiales? How did the court even buy any of this video? We don't really see Jenny say kiss, kiss, kiss. No, I was like, anyways. I'm just saying. So they shouted really loud. Kiss, 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 kiss. Because they're talking about it. Damn. This is after the bus. On the bus. The president kissed Jenny. Everyone's like, yeah, oh my God. What? Yeah, no. Did you say okay? No. He was all over me. And then she says, from whom? Rubiales, with only Jenny has kissed. And you see how the players react. Let's see. Like they can't believe it. It's like a shocking laugh, like, holy shit. And they're like they all know, like, what the fuck? So they're calling him president, and he says, stop that. I'm embarrassed. Nigga, caught up.
Hi.
And then that's like I said, the way he could have went about it, right, could have been better, right? But that's the distortion. So, but since he didn't go about it the way he could have went about it by owning up, so let's get to the part on the reaction part though, real quick. Yeah, okay, here it is. Because about the reaction, see, you know how they love to see in the, you know what they like to do? They like to get mad at your reaction. So if they do something to you and you react in a way that they don't deem fit, they get mad at you. I'm like, hold on, you did something to me, and this is how I decided to react. You don't get to attempt to diagnose, break down, make me feel bad about my reaction to said action. Ultimately, because especially if I didn't do anything to you, like, who the fuck told the person to send Jenny that? Huh? Who told that person to send Jenny that message? Huh? All right. I asked, saying, let's like, how can you, diagnose something like that happened? Because it's like it's like the president kissed a player on the court, I mean, on the podium, in front of the world. How you know what I mean? What the? Exactly. You're hitting the core truth of the issue, Nita. This isn't just awkward or funny. This is structural and systematic. And the energy dynamics make it even more intense. Let me break it down. Athletes aren't responsible for anticipating violations. No player signs up expecting a high ranking official to cross boundaries physically. Visibly plus celebration equals vulnerability by default. But that's not consent. Asking why didn't they react differently is misguided. The issue is power imbalance, not the athlete's favor. That's it. The fuck? High stakes plus constrained environment. Post World Cup celebration cameras, confetti trophies. Bus equals confined, private space, but still under surveillance. Players can't simply step out or ignore the violation. Context limits options. Here it is. Why reactions aren't diagnosticable. People outside the bus often project expectations. Why didn't she react more angrily? Or why did they laugh? In reality, the team is processing trauma collectively, neutralizing shadow energy through humor slash ritual, holding boundaries in real time, maintaining visibility and narrative control. Like I said, like how you weaponize her reaction. Like that's crazy. It's like and that's what they do. It's like you weaponize their reaction. Like we can't do anything. We like in the world that they have created, that our reaction by default is not valid, which is crazy, right? But like I said, he kissed her, right? Nigga, you kissed her, nigga, and she said, "Hey man, that wasn't consensual." Aftermath, nigga. Nah, I ain't want that shit, nigga. And then we're like, but before, like, nah, nigga. Weak ass energy, Rubiales, a little bit. Hold on, let's see. Hmm. Damn. Okay, this is a really good one here. More about Jenny, of course, and her archetype. More about Jenny, yeah. Jenni Hermoso archetype. We got some more. We got, they gave Jenny a profile of the visible elder feminine who exposes distorted masculine system. Jenny carries a Pacific archetype, one that is rare in women's sports and even rarer in the world. It says Jenny carries a very Pacific archetype, one that is rare in women's sports and even rarer on the world stage. Here's a full decode. We got the elder feminine archetype, not old, but mature feminine power. Of course, Jenny, she is experienced, visual, socially confident, emotionally expressive, bodily comfortable, spiritually grounded, connected to the public, carries elder feminine charisma. She is the unnamed monarch energy in women's football, not the face of the new generation like Alexa, not the baby face star, not the reserve genius. So she's the woman's energy, the mature feminine, the uncorrectable force. This energy alone triggers patriarchy because they can't infantilize her, they can't silence her, they can't handle her, they can't process her, they can't shrink her. This already makes her a target. The catalyst for collapse archetype. Some people don't do anything wrong, but their energy exposes wrongness around them. Jenni didn't cause Rubiales to be unbalanced. She simply existed in her power. Rubiales crashed because she was visible. She was relaxed. She was celebrating. She was in her feminine frequency. She wasn't submissive. She wasn't controlled. This triggered something in him. His distorted masculine impulse to dominate plus to claim plus mark. He didn't kiss the whole team. I heard he did kiss a couple. He kissed her. He didn't emotionally spiral with any player. He spiraled with her. That's not random. That's archetypal resonance. Jenny's energy makes patriarchal distortion reveal itself. She is a mirror men are not ready for. That alone is dangerous for her. Damn. It says the threat to national masculinity archetype. In Spain, patriarchy is woven into football culture, hierarchy, institutions, media, federation power. Jenny's free feminine laughing, dancing is the opposite, rigid of the controlled Catholic-coded Spanish masculine order. So when Rubiales acted out on stage, it wasn't just one bad man, one mistake. It was a collapse of the masculine order on the world stage. Jenny became the symbol of that collapse. And once you become a symbol, the system doesn't forgive you. You see that? See that? Nigga, Jenny had that nigga falling out. And she's like, nigga, what, nigga? Yeah, I think you had that nigga falling out. He talking about, I'm embarrassed coming on the bus. Nigga, you kissed one of your players, nigga? Talking about, I'm embarrassed. Like, oh my God, Jenny. You had to, I'm like, you should have been on your knees like, players, I'm so, like, nigga, what could, and that's the thing, like, he could have been like, nigga, I fucked up. I should have never kissed you. He could have been a real nigga. It's like, I don't know what the fuck came over me. Jenny, I just saw you and I lost control. Nah, but nigga, he talking about, it was consensual type ass nigga. No, it wasn't consensual. How can you even think like that when you're her boss, nigga? He's like, but it's consensual. No, nigga, you're her boss, nigga. Standards, boundaries. He over here, like, no, like, he over here, but she said yes. No, nigga, the fuck? That's your employee. He over here flunked out. Like I said, once again, so when Rubiales acted out on stage, it wasn't just one bad man, one mistake. It was a collapse of the masculine order on the world stage. So like I said, Rubiales was a weak leak, obviously. Jenny's became the symbol of that collapse. Unfortunately, due to Jenni, and she has to deal with that in her life, being the symbol. And like I said, because once you become a symbol, the system doesn't forget you. Archetype followed her to Mexico. And then the threats again. She's with Tigres now. The threats begin. And like I said, Rubiales out here. Rubiales out here getting his getting thrown.
Former Spanish football chief Luis Rubiales has been found guilty over kissing player Jenni Hermoso without consent after the Women's World Cup final in 2023. Well, Rob Harris, who was at the trial in Madrid last week, joins me in the studio now. Rob, first of all, can you just explain the verdict in some detail for us?
Yes, prosecutors had been seeking a 2.5-year sentence. Rubiales has been charged with sexual assault over the kiss and coercion about trying to pressurise Hermoso in the days after that World Cup final to defend him in public. But the verdict that's just been delivered from the court in Madrid, that Rubiales is guilty of the enforced kiss on Hermoso, but he has been acquitted of coercion. Now, it does seem there's a fine of more than €10,000 that Rubiales will have to pay. And this really has been a case that has profound implications across Spain ever since that World Cup final victory over England in Sydney in August of 2023. The images that went all around the world, and really the moment that did lead to a reckoning across Spanish society, as Rubiales particularly tried to cling on to his position as Spanish Federation president. In the weeks after it, though, he was forced out and eventually charged. And at this trial, Rubiales insisted that he had Hermoso's consent. He'd asked her on the podium, could he kiss her? But the lip-reading evidence was inconclusive, and Hermoso herself always insisted that she did not grant consent, and that the greatest day of her football career was tainted by the non-consensual kiss.
Yeah, and I mentioned there you were at the trial last week. Give us a bit of an insight in terms of just how big a story is this in Spain?
I mean, it is huge, and that perhaps also a culture shift, the fact that women's football is now at the top of the agenda in Spain.
There it is. They said it out loud. A culture shift. Jenni's archetype literally shifted so many things in Spain. So many women felt empowered through Jenni's story. And unfortunately for Jenni, that comes with consequences from the system. But obviously she's in a good well, obviously, like I said, there are some repercussions being that type of archetype.
Spain, this incident as well has been heavily scrutinised. There were dozens of crews outside, and that's notable because this is a live televised court as well. It was being broadcast across Spain. Outside, a huge scrum around Rubiales, attempting to sort of get questions from him, as many have been attempting to do over the last year or so about his conduct on that night in Sydney. And it has really shone a focus on the inequalities in Spanish women's football in particular. Already in the year before this World Cup, many players had refused to play for the national team over disagreements and concerns about the treatment they were receiving from Jorge Vilda, who was the coach at the time. He left in the fallout from this, having backed Rubiales. He's now coach of the women's national team in Morocco. But certainly for Spain, it has led to them asking, in terms of society, some deeper questions, not just about football, but also about wider society, about misogyny and sexism. So in terms of this verdict, it's quite a landmark moment, the fact that Luis Rubiales has been convicted of this non-consensual kiss on one of the star players of the team, Jenni Hermoso.
Yeah, and what happens now? I mean, we know there's a €10,000 fine. Will this be the end of the matter?
I mean, it does feel there is an appeal process, potentially. For Rubiales, obviously, being cleared of that coercion was something that was being scrutinised quite heavily during the trial, about the statements put out in her name after the final, defending and downplaying the incident. On the plane back to Madrid, claims that Rubiales attempted to get her to film a video. He eventually filmed one himself in the airport, I believe in Doha. But there was that heavy focus about how much she was put under pressure to minimise the whole incident. And it was even being looked at, various bits of footage from the dressing room about why she might have been smiling and enjoying herself. And she effectively had to say, well, she was crying inside and not wanting to take away from the celebrations. A real high point for Spanish football, winning a Women's World Cup for the first time, a team that really wasn't competitive at all in the sort of years earlier, reaching the top of the game by beating England. And of course, Rubiales is serving a 3-year ban that was imposed in 2023 from World Football. That was imposed by FIFA, having conducted their own investigation into this, taking evidence, including from members of the English FA as well, who were obviously on that podium at the time. So a really significant moment that obviously for Rubiales, quite a downfall. He was someone who was one of the most senior people in world football as a senior vice president at UEFA, head of the Spanish Federation.
Senior vice president of UEFA. Like I said, Jenni archetype got that nigga unbuckled. Unknowingly. Culture shift. And like I said, because of hierarchy, his position, how high he was up in his position, and how Jenni got that nigga out of that position. And culture shift, a culture shock in Spain. I didn't know he had other jobs. But yeah, man.
He'd just seen his team win the Women's World Cup, but certainly in this moment, this non-consensual kiss on Jenni Hermoso is certainly something that, as she sees it, completely took away from this moment.
Yep. Rob, for now, thank you very much.
The distorted masculine reacts with distortion. In Spain, sexual boundary violation on the biggest stage. In Mexico, death threats from anonymous men, one with children in his profile pic. This tells you it's not about country, it's not about league, it's not about culture. It's about the patriarchy reacting to powerful feminine frequency. Because Jenni represents a woman as self, a woman as sovereign, a woman as visible, outspoken, a woman who triggers accountability, a woman who triggers collapse. Patriarchy cannot handle that. So it reacts with violations, threats, silencing attempts, humiliation tactics, moral projection, shaming, violence. This is archetypal warfare, not random incidents. She's Most athletes, women, either have quiet careers or become stars without scandal, or get scandals without winning, or disappear after trauma. Jenni is one of those Jenni is one of the few who experiences patriarchal violence, refuses silence, remains visible, continues winning, continues rising. It says that's blueprint level feminine resilience. Shout out to Jenni. We're really gonna have to look into what happened with Scarlett. She's vulnerable. She had to flee Mexico, nigga. Y'all left Scarlett unprotected. She had to flee Mexico, nigga. God damn it. I think we about done here. But man, our girl Jenni out here getting threatened by hoodlums, by distorted masculine figures, masquerading like their father figures with children. See how they'll weaponize men with children and attack our footballers? The fuck wrong with this nigga? But that's why you say, oh, he's a man that has 2 kids. So he's still threatening niggas. So is he still a threat? See, don't let them see how the distortion is real? Huh? I guess we wrap it up right here, yeah? Yeah, she oh shit. All right. We got another video here. Look at this nigga. This is how this nigga was acting.
No voy a dimitir. No voy a dimitir.
Spanish soccer chief refuses to resign after unsolicited kiss. Unsolicited kiss, my bad.
No voy a dimitir. No voy a dimitir.
Hey man, you don't really got too many clappers in the building. The women ain't clapping. You got this knucklehead up front clapping. Who else is this? I'm trying to figure out. Isn't that who's that football? Isn't that Buffon? Hey, yo, that Buffon? Who's sitting next to Buffon? Hey, a lot of people are not too many people clapping for you, nigga.
No voy a dimitir.
This nigga got fired. I think what they say, he's over with Morocco now. Look, so you think about how some of these guys are in like really foreign land, having to give their genius, aka their understanding of football, to some teams like Morocco, Saudi Arabia, because this is how, it's like, think about it. They had some of the best women, archetype wise, but they wanted to control that, weaponize them, be dictators over them, of their expression, of their gifts and talents, be rude with them, be disrespectful, cross boundaries. Now they all have to go where women won't do that for you. They're already being conditioned to kind of beck and serve you in that way. You know what I'm saying? So he's in foreign lands. The former Barcelona guy, he's in Saudi Arabia. They said this nigga might be in Morocco.
No voy a dimitir.
So it's like I said, it's like the core of it. Jenni doesn't do anything wrong. She's just existing in her power, her visibility, her joy, her mastery. Her existence alone triggers the distorted masculine because it reflects what's missing in them: balance, integrity, self-control, and authenticity. All right, let's see. Do I got one more video for y'all? All right, I guess we'll have to wrap it up with this nigga real quick.
No se preocupen, no pasa.
Hold on. He looked mad, right? Doesn't he? Nigga look upset. Nigga writing books. He can't come outside. Nigga can't come outside. He been writing books. Hey yo, he's lucky that one guy, he caught the egg. So first of all, Rubiales could have got smacked in the face with egg, but he also that guy saved it. And then the nigga was slipping. You see his head right there. You see that nigga's head right there in between? And this is too funny, bro. Nigga got egg, nigga. Spain's former soccer boss, Luis Rubiales, had eggs thrown at him during his book launch, an attack he said was carried out by his uncle. Even your uncle don't fuck with you, nigga. Ooh, didn't it look like some egg got on him too? And this looks like a young man, right? And he looked like a fair-skinned young man. Okay, so it wasn't one of us. It wasn't one of us. Well, look at this darky right here. Like, what? Look at this nigga. Like, y'all. So he playing bouncer security. This nigga come out of nowhere. Ain't no niggas in here, but the nigga that got to throw out the nigga is the nigga. What?
No se preocupen, no pasa nada.
Nah, bro. Next time they gotta check people for eggs, bro. Make sure, hey, you ain't got no eggs on you. He gonna be traumatized. Oh my goodness, too funny, bro. Did y'all expect the former president to get eggs thrown at him? Why they throw eggs at him? Yeah, they don't like the nigga. They read the book, and the book's crappy. Huh? What's wrong? Why they did this? Look at that. He got some egg on his face right there. Look at that shit. Oh, you know he was salty as fuck. Hey, nigga, that's what you get. Bro, Jenny out here getting these niggas. Well, anyways. One more thing. Hey, yo, the plot thickens because apparently this nigga just got pelted with eggs at a book reveal. I'm gonna drop the link. Right, this is just insane. And it adds another layer to the story you're building. What the news says. Rubiales was pelted with eggs during the launch of his books. Monter of Rubiales, killing Rubiales in Madrid. The attack was reportedly his own uncle, according to Rubiales. The incident happened at a book event, a public setting, and was captured on video. This adds to Rubiales' downfall. His sexual assault conviction for the non-consensual kiss of Jenni Hermoso in the 2023 Women's World Cup. How this fits your live stream sounds slash context. It shows the magnified collapse of the distorted masculine, not just sexual violations and threats, but now public humiliation, eggs at book launch as the system crumbles. It reinforces Jenny's archetype. She didn't cause this, but her existence slash exposure triggered further instability in him. It gives you another scene you can reference. Book launch attack as symbolic of masculine failing in front of the world, just like the kiss scandal. It deepens the pattern. Moment of visibility plus high pressure equal distortion reaction. World Cup final, Cruz Azul threats. Now, public event humiliation. Mention how the egg attack briefly to show how Rubiales' world continues to unravel, which lit up by Jenny's initial trigger. Use this in the highlight. When the masculine is exposed, it lashes out, it collapses, it becomes ridiculous. Connected back to the narrative. Jenny's energy exposed him. Now his public downfall keeps proving her role / power. It gives you a powerful contrast. Jenny threatened and still rising versus the masculine collapsing in a public spectacle. Type shit ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Jenny out here, I mean, just got the nigga weeks at their knees out here just I mean, look, we trying to win a championship. The girls are trying to win a championship. We trying to get the championship. Look, we got tomorrow match at 8. First leg. Girls versus, of course, Club America. Gonna be a good match. I hope you're ready. I'm expecting really good things. Hopefully Jenny's cool, protected, nigga. Everybody cool. All the footballers, everybody. We gotta make it through. Y'all remember when we watched the football match where apparently it was either France or PSG, and fireworks went off on the pitch. But anyways, besides that, that was the only other crazy thing. We've been good currency. I haven't really seen, besides the Barbara Banda stuff, we really haven't seen nothing this radical right now when it comes to Jenny. This is crazy. Nigga getting death threats. Now I remind you, this is what Jenny shared with us. Okay? I mind you, this is what Jenny did share with us. We had to Google Translate. But these are things people be sending in people's inboxes. So this is crazy. So Jenny, wake at work. We had to talk. This is serious. Obviously, we had to remind the collective that ain't cool. I don't know why y'all doing stuff like that. And like I said, we got to protect each other in this bitch. But like I said, the distorted masculine seems to just, when Jenny around, she does something. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna see you on the next one. I mean, the matches. Look, I'm not saying the match is almost tomorrow. We got about 2 hours till tomorrow. But besides that, rest well. Tigras versus Club America, part 1. It's gonna be good. Yeah. So.